Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. We are here in this yoga retreat. I heard from Shri Bandas Ji that you are all coming for the past retreats. So you are advanced yogis. Still, we can discuss a lot on yoga. Discuss, I am saying, not one-way lecture. In the beginning, I shall speak something, some words. And afterwards, you can ask whatever you want to ask. Then only clarity will come. See, now in the world, the term yoga is very much popular. Everywhere, yoga is being practiced. At the same time, we must understand the science of yoga, the meaning of yoga in the two levels. That is, yoga as a path, that is a lifestyle, a method, and yoga as the end and aim of human life. In both these sets, we have to understand the term yoga. Let us begin with the literal meaning of yoga. The term yoga comes from two roots. You know, all Sanskrit words, they come from some roots. And there are two roots in Paniniya Dhatu Patha. One is Yuj Melane. Yuj Melane. Melane means to unite, to come together, to unite. Melane. And the other meaning is, the other root is Yujir Samadho. Yujir Samadho. That means the meaning of the Dhatu Yujir is Samadhi. So, in the Dhatu Patha of Bhagavan Panini Maharshi, you might have heard of Panini. Yes. Panini is the greatest grammarian who gave all the principles of Samskrita grammar, Vyakarana. In his text, Paniniya, there is a portion, Dhatu Patha, and there all the Dhadus are enumerated. And in that, these two Dhatu comes, one Yuj Melane, the other Yujir Samadha. So, the term yoga can be derived from these two roots. The first root, yuj melane. What is the meaning of that? To unite together, to become one. That is yoga, melane. See, from time immemorial, or we can say from the very beginning of human being in this universe, there was a quest within. There was a quest within. What this world is. The universe I am seeing around me, and the universe in which I am living, what is this? And I know, or I am seeing that for every effect there must be a cause. Without a cause, nothing will happen. So, what is the cause of this universe? What is the cause of this universal phenomenon? The first question was, what this universe is? And the second, what is the cause of this universe? And along with that, when I observe this universe, I am seeing here a perfect order, a perfect scheme, which is abiding everything together, which is holding everything together, from the minutest atom to the grossest universe. Everything is held together through some scheme, or a pattern is there, an order is there, which is abiding everything together. Just observe an atom, the minutest particle, which we can imagine, and also study nowadays. We know the atom, which we conceive as immovable, is the effect of incessant movements of subatomic particles. So incessant movements, it makes an immovable atom. And see that movements, there is an order, there is a scheme, a perfect order. Seeing this and trying to understand the inscrutabilities which is holding together this atom, we are observing this universe. Thousands and thousands of galaxies, thousands and thousands of stars. We do not know how many galaxies are there. But in one place of Advaithashramam, and in another place, Shiva Sahasrarama, it is said, Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayakaha. The Lord is being invoked as the leader of Ananta Koti. Ananta Koti means crore. Ananta means infinite. There are infinite, crores and crores of Brahmandas, macrocosms. And in the Lalita Sahasranama it is said, Aneka Kodi Brahmanda, Ananta Kodi Brahmanda. See, So many crores and crores of Brahmandas are there. How many we do not know? We cannot know. But there is a perfect order. Perfect order, which is abiding everything together, which is holding everything together. The stars are from the beginning, from the planets, then the stars, the galaxies, all are moving. And because of this incessant movement, the universal phenomenon which we are seeing is, see, what a wonder this is. So Upanishad, Vedanta says there is a perfect order which is holding everything together. Yatha tathyataha arthan vyadadhat. That is the mantra. This mantra comes in Yajurveda, and as a part of Yajurveda there is Ishavasya Upanishad. In that Upanishad this particular mantra comes. That means Yatha Tathyataha Arthan Vyadadhat. Vyadadhat is held together. Vyadadhat means is held together. Everything. Arthan, all materials, all articles, everything is held together. How? Yatha Tathyataha. Yatha Tathyataha means how it should be. So is held, how it should be. That is, there is a perfect order. We are a part of that order. The universe is a part of that order. And that order we call Dharma. Dharma. You cannot translate Dharma to any other language. Dharma is Dharma. We can explain, but we cannot translate in a single word. So Dharma is that order by which everything is held together. So what is that? Who is holding everything together? This question was there from the very beginning of human race. So first, what is the universe I am seeing? Two, what is the cause of this existence? And third, who is controlling all these things? And above all, there is another question. Who am I? I am questioning all this. I am trying to get an answer regarding this world and the controller of this world. But who am I? I am not this body. This body is mine. This is a vehicle in which I am moving, I am traveling. And this name somebody else gave me. Be it my father or mother or guru, whoever it be. Then who am I? These questions regarding the world and the supreme power which is controlling the world and the jiva, the self who is observing this world, regarding these questions are there. Questions were there. In our life, once or in another occasion, these questions come. But for practical purposes, we get out of these questions. or we may discard this. But the seers of Vedanta is the end of knowledge. Vedanta has nothing to do with religion. Vedanta has nothing to do with religion. Religion is something else and Vedanta is another. Vedanta is the end of knowledge. So the seers, rishis of Vedanta, of Upanishads, out of their realization, they declared unto the world, they exhorted to the world what they have found out. Without any doubt, they proclaim to the world, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. I know, I have realized, there is no doubt in the words. I have realized, I know the all-pervading truth, where there is no differentiation of the observed and the observer, questioned and the questioner. Where all this differentiation goes, the questioned and the questioner, that is the final meaning, that is the ultimate meaning of yoga, where the inquirer and the inquired unite together. You call the inquired God, you call the inquired Parabrahma, or by whatever term you can call, because it is nameless. As it is nameless, you can call by any name you want. No need for quarreling. My God is the Supreme God. This is His final name. No. We are calling the nameless. So we can call by any name. That inquired and the inquirer, I. Where these two unite together, where that differentiation goes, where that ultimate bliss of knowledge, knowing which nothing remains to be known, that is wonderfully explained in Bhagavad Gita. Yallabdva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tataha. Getting what? We will not go for any other objects. That is the yoga. That is yoga. Getting what? We will not be searching, or we will not be inquiring anything more. Because that absolute bliss, when one being is established in that is yoga. That is the meaning of yoga. When we take the root, yuju, melane, uniting together, joining together, where the inquired and the inquirer joins together. We can go still further, but first let us understand the meaning of the term yoga. See, when we take the meaning of yoga in this sense, it is the ultimate, it is the final. Simply speaking, wanting. Sitting on a chair and lecturing about the final meaning of yoga, it won't help. So we have to understand what the path towards that final point is. What is the way? How we can reach that? There also comes yoga. There the root is yujir samadhau. That means yoga is samadhi. What is samadhi? What is samadhi? In India, when we say samadhi, one may think or one may take it as death of a sannyasi. That Swami entered Mahasamadhi. He attained Samadhi. That Swami attained Samadhi. For that, two things are essential. One, you have to become a sannyasi. Then second, you have to die. No, that is not the meaning. That is not Samadhi. Then what is Samadhi? See, now we are sitting here. Or we are students of yoga. Or we are practicing yoga. But still, our mind may be wandering here and there. Sometimes it will sit here and here. Sometimes it may go here and there. Again it may come here and here for some time. And out of our control it may go. So what happens? Even after sitting here, we may not understand what we are discussing here. Because mind is wandering here and there. So even for knowing, or even for perceiving what we can perceive, the first imperative state is concentration of mind we must have. We must have a clear focus. For that, practice is essential. Because our sense organs, our mind, all our senses and mind, they are nature as a nature. They are working outwardly. It is well described in Upanishad. Paranji khani. Khani means our indriyas, sense organs, senses. Paranji. By nature they are going outward. That is their nature. So we are hearing the sound coming from outside. Or we are seeing the forms which are outside. By nature it is. That is a manufacturing defect. It is. So to train such a mind, to tame such indriyas, a huge practice, systematic practice is essential. And all these practices we can call yoga. Yoga never means sitting at some place and doing some asanas, or sitting at some place and doing pranayama. Of course, they are part of yoga. But these are not yoga. Yoga is something above that. So all practices, every practice by which we are trying to control our mind and indriyas, senses, all such practices are yoga, included in yoga. And through such practices, our mind will become focused like a lamp burning in a place where there is no wind. That state of mind, that state of intellect is called Samadhi. Dhyane parityajya kramadhyaika gocharam nivata dipavachittam samadhirabhidhiyate. So says Vidyaranya Swami in one of his famous Vedanta treatises, Panchadashi. Dhyane parityajya. See, when one is doing meditation, dhyana, in the innermost mind, there is the knowledge, I am meditating. I am meditating on this. I am meditating on pranava, or I am meditating on Lord. I am meditating on something, whatever it is. So there is an object of meditation, and there is one who is doing that meditation. That is there. When this goes, dhyane parityajya, when these two are gone, perished, and dhyayaika gocharam, only that which is meditated upon remains. The process of meditation goes, and the meditator goes, and what remains? Only that which is meditated upon. Nothing else. That state, it is called Samadhi. He says, Nivata Deepavat Chitta. In that state, our intellect, our buddhi, our manas, mind, both are like a lamp burning in a place where there is no flow of air currents. Such a focused state of mind, state of intellect, without what you call vrittis, many vrittis. That is called Samadhi. So, the Samadhi is yoga. So, in the ultimate or in the final level, yoga is that union of the inquired and inquirer, And in the sadhana play, yoga is samadhi. When we hear these explanations, some may think, what is the use of this samadhi? Because we are not in that plane. When somebody asks, "Oh Swami, I want to go, I want to visit Kedarnath or Kailas. Please tell, what's the way? How can I reach Kedarnath?" Then I am replying, no. You go northward from Rishikesh and travel straight. When you reach Rudraprayaga, you have to turn left. Otherwise you will reach Badrinath. So from Rudraprayaga, you must turn left and you travel. You will reach Kedarnath. That is true. But what is the use for a person who is asking from Greece or from Europe? There is no use for him because he is not in Rishikesh. He is asking from Europe. And he gets a reply, the way to Kedarnath from Rishikesh. Practically there is no use. In the same way, when we take the meaning of yoga as samadhi, there is no meaning for a common man. Because samadhi is something above his cognition. So in that level, we have to describe still further how we can reach that plane, how we can get that state of mind and intellect. What type of practice I have to do? What style of life I have to accept and follow? So many questions comes. Here in this stage, our rishis teach us, so many yogas are there. According to the temperament, the guna structure of each and every individual. So many yoga paths are there. Where bhakti yoga is there. That is the yoga of bhakti, devotion. Karma yoga is there. Yoga of action, yoga of karma. And Jnana Marga is there. And Ashtanga Marga is there. Ashtanga is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana. So many ways are there. So many paths are there. Why so many paths? Because our guna structure differs. Basically, we all are one. There is no difference at all. We are all one. But at the same time, the way we think, the way we act, the way we respond, it differs. Everything differs. There is no two identical beings. No. Everybody differs. So according to that difference, how we cognize differs. So, teachers of yoga, they gave us varied methods, different ways, and all these are called yoga. So, in the ultimate level, yoga is joining together, becoming one. And in the next stage, yoga is attaining absolute concentration, focus. And in the next stage, it is the practice by which such a state of focused mind it comes. When we go to Shastras, so many definitions we will get regarding yoga. The most famous one is one given by Bhagavan Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras, and that is Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha. Yoga is Chittavritti Nirodha. See, we are seeing this. I am seeing this microphone. Or I am seeing a paper. What is happening when I am seeing a paper? When you are seeing a paper, you are seeing a paper. No, the process. There, with the help of my eyes, with the help of mind, or through a complex mechanism, the form of that paper is reproduced within me. Or to be precise, my antakarana, you know antakarana? Karana is the instrument by which we are working. I am seeing with eye, I am holding with hand, I am walking with leg. All these are karanas. And there are two sets of karanas, Bahya karanas and Anta karanas. Bahya karanas are the karanas whose activities we can see from outside. And those karanas whose activities we cannot see from outside is Antakarana. Mind, intellect. Manas, Buddhi, Chitta and Ahankara. 4 Antakaranas are there. There are 4 Antakaranas. Mind is that Antakarana which is always moving. It is going behind all sense organs and always doing some sort of sankalpa. I must go there. No, I must not. Can I or can't I? All the time these dualities come with it. Shall I go? No. These dualities, always they comes with it. And that vritti is called mind. And out of these dual options which the mind gives, one is being picked by intellect. You must go. So we came. You must not. that is or that is not. So these two options which mind gives, intellect picks one. That is the buddhi. That buddhi is called the buddhi. Whenever we do some work with mind, with intellect, with our other external organs, at the same time, in the inner antakarana, an inscription is being done. And that buddhi is called chitta. Chitta. From that memories are coming out again. From chitta memories are coming. And for all these three activities, that is the activities of mind, of buddhi and chitta, there must be the feeling of I-ness, I. That must be there. And that is ahankara. So these four vrittis are there. Four together we call antakarana. Antakarana, internal instruments of knowledge. That is antakarana. So with the help of eyes and a complex mechanism, my antakarana, there the form of this paper is formed. That is the first stage. And in the second stage, I am giving light to that form. In Vedanta, the first part is called vritti vyapti and the second part bhala vyapti. Both these together, when comes, I understand that is a paper. I know that is a paper. I am knowing that is a paper. It's a complex mechanism. So always within our mental stuff, antakarana, one after another vrittis are coming. Now we are hearing this. At the same time we are hearing some small noises which are coming from outside. We are seeing. You are seeing me. And at the same time you are seeing half part of those who are sitting in front of you. Not only that, the feeling, so many sensations comes. So many. Some memories comes. Our mind wanders here and there. That means at the present time itself, there are so many vrittis within us. So many. How many we cannot count. If we start counting, it will become another vritti. So thousands and thousands of vrittis are there. And vrittis are like waves in the ocean, one after another. It comes, it goes. If we count how many vrittis are there within, at a present given time, there will be thousands. Thousands. When all these vrittis are subsided, a calm water, without any wave, any current, clear, crystal clear water, which you can see the bottom. When such a state of mind is established, that is, according to Bhagavan Patanjali Maharshi, it is yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. When all the vrittis are subsided, nirodha. That is yoga. That is the definition of yoga given by Patanjali in Yoga Sutras. See, simply one man sitting and talking and others hearing won't do. Whatever doubt you have, you can note, and afterwards you can ask. Or anything to be elaborated. Then there are so many definitions of yoga in the higher plane, which we are not going to see today. Slowly we can go. The basic definitions we are seeing today. So this is a basic definition given by Patanjali. Then in the Upanishad, the Kathopanishad, there is a definition given for the term yoga. What is yoga? Yada panjavatisthande jnanani manasa saha buddhischa na vicheshtati tamahu paramam gatim tam yogamiti manyante stiram indriya dharanam. Upanishad says, Yada panjavatisthande jnanani manasa saha. When 5 sense organs, Panja, Jnanani, Panja means 5, sense organs, Jnanani, Avatishtan, they are established with mind. See, now our eyes are running behind forms and our ears behind sound, our tongue behind the taste, skin behind the touches. So our indriyas are going here and there. So is the mind. It is running behind so many objects. When all these instruments of knowledge, sense organs and mind, avatishthande, are standing together. Manasa saha, with the mind. And buddhischa na vicheshtate, and our intellect is not at all wavering. Na vicheshtate, not at all wavering, not at all going here and there. So all these 3 standing together, staying together. Senses, mind and intellect staying together. Tamahu paramam gatim, that is the highest gati. That is the highest position. That is the highest state we can have. Tam yogamiti manyante, that is yoga. That is considered as yoga. Considered by whom? Considered by knowers. That is yoga. Stiram indriya dharana. When we are holding our senses, mind and intellect together, that is called yoga. But there, a warning is given along with that by the Rishi in that Upanishad. What is that warning? Apramattastada bhavati. You must be steadfast in your practices. Apramattaha tada bhavati. When we are not steadfast, what will happen? See, our senses will go here and there. Our mind will go here and there. Even though we, through a constant practice in our life, we get that state which we call yoga. If we are not vigilant, these senses may wander here and there. So Upanishad wants apramattaha tada bhavati. You must be vigilant, cautious. You must be steadfast in our practices. Otherwise, the state we attained through constant practices may wither away. The wealth we got, it will go away. So we must be cautious, vigilant, steadfast in our practices to keep this state which we call yoga. For that, those who are practicing must come together periodically, live together. When we are in the company of sadhakas, what we talk, what we think, all will be according to the pattern which is described by rishis, which is conducive for the life of a sadhaka. So periodically we must come together and practice together, discuss together. Then not always we cannot sit always, because we are in the world. We are working in the world. We are living in this world. And we are practicing. Even though we are practicing, we are in the world. So, it is essential. We must come together. And for that, these yoga retreats are organized. And when we come together, we will practice together. We will have discussions. And again, a sort of recharging happens. So, first, the meaning of yoga. From the very basic level, what yoga means and how I can reach that. The practice is essential for having that yoga. All these subjects we must keep in mind. And from the practical point of view, we can have more discussions. And for getting a state of yoga, what type of life or what life pattern I have to accept, and what are the hindrances, how I can overcome. So many topics are there, so many. So without any hesitation, you can ask whatever you want to ask. There is no limitation for questions. You can ask whatever you want. Even there is no subject restriction. Yoga, no, nothing. Whatever you want, you can ask. If I know, I will reply. So without hesitation you can ask. Because how long we can concentrate on a talk? Maximum 30, 35, 40 minutes. Not more than that. By then, our mind will go here and there. Or the goddess, Nidra will come. Nidra Devi. Slumber, sleep. That's a goddess. Nidra Devi. She will come and embrace. Then we will forget everything. When she embraced, we will forget everything. So, long lectures have no meaning. But we can discuss. Whatever you want to ask, you can ask. There is no any restriction or any limitation. And this is our first sitting. I do not know your level of knowledge. How you have learned, I don't know. So, if this is some higher, we can lower that level in the next sitting. When we communicate, then both of us will understand and we can adjust. If in one sense yoga is the practice of mind training and sense taming, does it mean that following your senses is wrong? If yes, why reject the senses? Because the senses and the body give us access to the world. Does it mean that the world is bad or wrong? Never. The world is the manifestation of the Lord. It cannot be bad. It cannot be wrong. Nobody can say this world is wrong. If somebody is saying, he is wrong. Because this world is the manifestation of Ishvara. Purusha Vedam Sarvam. Verily all this is Purusha himself. Then this world cannot be wrong. Then why you are saying sense control and mind control and all these things? See, there is a beautiful picture in Kathopanishad. Actually, it is a simile. There, Upanishad says, to every one of us, not to one person, to every one of us, Upanishad says, you realize yourself or you understand yourself as a rathi. Atmanam rathinam vidhi. Shariram rathamevato. Buddhim tu sarathim vidhi. Mana pragrahamevacha. Indriyani hayanahur. Vishayanteshu gocharanna. Atmendriya manoyuktam. Bhaktetyahur manishinaha. The first sentence is Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. Vidhi means you understand. Vidhi means you understand. What? Atmanam Rathinam. You understand yourself as a Rathi. Who is a Rathi? Rathi is owner of a chariot. In the present day language, we can call owner of a vehicle. So you are owner of a vehicle. What's the meaning of that? You have one vehicle. For what vehicle is? It is for a journey, travel. And a journey is towards a goal. Moving here and there, it is not a journey, it is not a travel. It is wandering. So the meaning of you Understand yourself as a Rathi means there is a goal in your life. And to reach to that, you have the vehicle with you. You have the vehicle with you. Then comes a question, what is the vehicle? Shariram rathamevatu. Your body is the vehicle. The body is the vehicle. Don't see, this is I am. No, this is my vehicle. I have to reach a goal. There is a great goal to be reached. And to reach that, I want this body. Only through this body, living in this body, I can reach that goal. Whatever that goal is. This body is essential. This vehicle is essential. So take this body as a vehicle. Maintain it well. Give it proper food. Give it proper rest. Don't think this is I am. No. This is the medium through which I can reach my goal. This is the vehicle with which I can travel to that goal. So maintain it. And the term used there to describe this body is Sharira. You know the meaning of Sharira? Sharira is perishable. Meaning of Sharira is perishable. So what is the name of your vehicle? That which is perishing. So before perishing, you must reach your goal. When it will perish, we do not know. Just now, it can happen. When speaking this, all on a sudden, air can go. And you will get some work. You have to move this body. So the name of this vehicle is that which is perishing. So before the end, you must reach your end. That's a great message. And see, everything in this world which we are seeing as perishable objects, we know decay comes first. Or that means decaying is there for those which will perish. When this body will decay, we cannot say. So before that, we must try to reach our goal. We must work to reach our goal. That is a clear message. Buddhim tu sarathim vidhi. And for a chariot, there must be a driver, charioteer. Who is that? Understand, he is the intellect. Intellect is the driver. Make the intellect the driver of this vehicle, this body. We are not always making. Many a time we are making the mind a driver. If we are making mind a driver, we will ruin. We are ruining our life. Intellect must be the driver. That means before acting, before doing anything, We must decide within. This is to be done. This is to be avoided. This is good, this is bad. The discrimination, the faculty of discrimination and determination, that is buddhi. That must be given the position of a driver. Yes? Then what is mind? Upanishad says, Mana pragrahameva. Mind is the rail with which charioteer drives. Then who is pulling this chariot? Indriyani hayanahura. Upanishad says, Indriyani hayanahura. Indriyani hayanahura. Horses. Our senses are the horses. Our senses are the horses which are pulling this chariot. See? Vishayanteshu gochara. Sense objects are there around. So horses are there. How many horses? 5 horses. 5 horses are tied to this chariot, which is this body, and I am traveling, and the buddhi is the intellect, is the driver. Just imagine, I want to reach a goal, and my vehicle is ready, chariot is ready, and 5 horses are there. If they are moving as they wish to move, where I will reach? Nowhere I will reach. Because horses always want to graze. They want to eat grass, this, that. They don't want to carry you. They don't want to carry your vehicle. But you want to make them the carriers. So it is not a sort of negating, it is controlling. Only if you control all 5 sense organs, then only you will reach your destination with that vehicle. Otherwise you will meet with an accident, mishap. You will never reach your destination if senses are running here and there. Because eyes always want to go behind forms. We are sitting here. All our students are practitioners of yoga. That is true. But when a beautiful man or woman stands here and dances, what will happen? Both our eyes will go. Not only our eyes, the other fellow will follow. Mind. Or some music comes from outside, a good music. Both our ears will go. Not only ears, the other fellow also will follow. Mind. Smell of some kitchen is very near here. Some food items, some stuff. Our nose will go. The other fellow will follow. In the same way, this chariot, this body, is being pulled by senses, forces, and they will go after different objects of enjoyments, and our life will be perished. So first step for a successful life is control our senses, our mind. Mind must be under the control of buddhi, and the senses must be under the control of mind. So, horses are there, and the driver is intellect. Then only we will reach our destination. So it is not something negating, but it is controlling. Yoga is the practice of mind training and sense taming. Does it mean that following your senses is wrong? Never. We must see, we must hear, we must smell, we must taste. But we must be the master. We must be the master. Otherwise, senses will occupy the position of the master. Then we will become slaves. If we are slaves, we won't reach destination. Then horses will run as they like, because they are the masters. And we are the slave inside the chariot. And we are saying, I am the master. What is the use in that? So controlling senses, controlling mind is the essential or the first step for a successful life. Whatever be the goal you are envisaging, to reach that goal, we must control, and that is yoga. So yoga is essential for everybody, not for those who are for ultimate liberation or ultimate emancipation. No. For everybody in this world, for a successful life, yoga is a must. Because yoga is controlling our mind and senses. So your sense is not wrong. If yes, why reject the senses? No, never reject senses. Control. Rejecting what? You must control. You must be the masters. Because the sense and the body gives us access to the world, right? Does it mean that the world is bad or wrong? Never. World is never wrong, bad. See this world as the manifestation of Lord Himself. Then natural, spontaneous love will come from within. Unlimited love, not limited love. Not limited love, unlimited love. This pour out from within. Why? Because this world is nothing but the manifestation of the Supreme. So don't negate the world. Accept it as the Lord Himself. So real devotion will come out. Real love will come out. And that real love is unlimited love, not limited. Please describe a typical day of your everyday life. How? Days are coming and going, and I am observing. Just observing. And See, in my case, to be frank, there is no a typical style which I can explain. No. He knows, and she also knows a little, because things are coming and going. We are observing. Outwardly we are acting in so many roles. Because so much work we are doing there. So much. In many fields, not in one field. Even though the basic field is teaching Vedanta. So I cannot explain or describe a typical day of my day-to-day life. If something specific is asked, I can reply. Because it is not specific, it is something general. Why do you avoid garlic or onions or chilies? See, in my early life, why do you? To that question I am answering. If it was why do we, answer will be different. Answer will be different, entirely different. First I am answering this, why do you? See, in the early stage of practices, not now, not in this monastic life, I am saying, in the early stages of practice, to be specific, when I was a student of pre-degree classes, pre-university classes, or university classes, then I was studying hard Vedanta. There was no other teachers. But some doubt comes me, then I would approach some teacher, and that was the practice there. In those days, from Shastras, I learned the qualities of food, items, sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. And for a seeker of truth, for one who wants to control his own mind and intellect, the food habits are important. Because the subtle elements of our food makes our mind. So if we are consuming rajasic and tamasic items, then naturally our mind will be made so. We will not get focus into Shastras. So with that knowledge, in those days, I tried to avoid rajasic and tamasic food items and consume sattvic items. Slowly and slowly, body, it was a stage of practice, So body attuned to that. And a stage came when only sattvic food items it accepted. Others it rejected. So that is how, in my case, I was forced to avoid these rajasic items. And it is true for all sadhakas. Because See, when we are trying to control a powerful person, a one-sided attack won't do. From many sides you have to attack him. Here, a sadhaka must control mind, buddhi, senses. So, the sadhana, the practice, must be many-faced. And food habits are very, very important. It is well explained in almost all texts by Rishis. As much sattvic food we can have, that much we must. And we must avoid rajasic and tamasic as much as we can. And what is tamasic and what is rajasic? Now the qualities of rajasic food. Kattvamala lavanatyushna tikshna ruksha vidahina ahara rajasasyashta dukkha shoka amaya pradaha. So says Bhagavad Gita. Kattvamala lavanatyushna. Too much spicy, too much sour, too much hot, too much acidic. Tikshna is like chilies. Ruksha is smell, but penetrating smell. See. And vidahinaha, those which will burn if you consume from within. From within they will burn. Sometimes our tongue may say consume, but if you consume, then they will burn from within. Vidahinaha. All these type of food items are rajasic. And what is the effect of those? Dukkha shokamaya pradaha. Dukkha, sorrow. Amaya, sickness. That is the effect of rajasic foods. Unsteadiness. Then tamasic foods are yatayamam gatarasam puti paryushitam chayat uchishtam api chamedhyam. That is tamasika. Yatayamam, that which is prepared one night before. Mainly bakery items. Many days before they are being packed. Yatayama. Then gatarasam. The essence has been extracted out. Such food items. I don't know what type of food you are having here. Gatarasam. I do not know example to say here. In Kerala there is rice. Kerala people and Tamil people, that is South Indians, they will boil rice in water and they will remove the water out and eat this thing. That is typical example for this gatarasam. Then puti is having bad smell. Paryushitam, long lasting, made very. See, for pickles as examples of Paryushitam. And of course, wines, no? Paryushitam. What do you say? Pickles, wine.
Cheese.
Eh? Cheese. Oh, cheese is made so? Huh? I don't know. Very low. So such items are tamasik. And uchishtam. Uchishtam is the remains of one's eating, or if somebody is having food and another fellow is looking at it and he wish, oh, if I get this, it would have been good for me. If such a wish is there, this food item has become uchishtam. And amedhyam. Amedhyam is not medhyam. Amedhyam, not medhyam. Medhyam is that which is conducive for our medha. Medha is the ability to understand and memorize. So all sorts of alcohols are amedhyams. All type of alcohol, amedhyam. All these are tamasic. So a sadhaka, practicing yogi, must avoid rajasic and tamasic and cultivate the habit of consuming sattvic food. Then what does being monk mean in a practical way? Yes, we can discuss this. What is the life of a monk? What does it mean? Being a monk mean? I think we must discuss it for some half an hour, no? So we can take it tomorrow. I always feel guilty. How could I be relieved from that? From where that guilty feeling comes? We have to analyze that. See, there is no meaning in postmortem analysis. Gone is gone. Happened is happened. It will never come back. But from our experiences, we must learn lessons. For that purpose only, we can take our past days. Only for that, we can take our past days and past experiences just to have lessons, just to take lessons from them. No other use. There is no other use at all. So don't carry the remains of yesterday's. Live today. Live in the present. Take yesterday's experience only to learn. And see, there is, as we are human beings, our basic purushartha, the very basis of human life is dharma. In everybody, as we are human beings, dharma is there in the bottommost place of our being. There is no doubt in that. So whenever we do something, whatever be that dharma is observing from within. Always it will say, no, don't do this. Yes, you can do this. That is there. It is called in Sanskrit Manasakshi. That is observer. That observer is there within everybody. No? So he will say, don't do this. If we are acting against his advice, then prick of conscience will come, a guilty feeling will come, tension, stress, everything. I don't have sleep, I have this problem, that problem, everything comes out of this. So, obey the words of inner self. That is the way we have to live in this world. Through obeying his words, we can live in this world, then guilty feeling will not come. Otherwise, carrying guilty feeling is of no use. Because gone is gone, happened is happened, we cannot repair it. Live today. Otherwise, what will happen? Always we will be moving around the past. This happened, this happened, this happened. I committed such a mistake, such a sin I have done. No. Happened is happened. It taught me. I am taking lessons from that experience and I am moving forward. That is the attitude we must have. Then there will be no problem at all. So take lessons from past, go forward to the future, live in the present. That is the teaching of Vedanta. Ayatam ayatam apekshaniyam gatam gatam sarvam upekshaniyam. Accept what comes in your life and say goodbye to what goes. Alam vritha modana khedanabhyam. There is no use in modana khedanabhyam, that is having ecstasy in some experiences and sitting do. There is no use in that. Because what is happened is happened. Welcome the future. So guilty feeling we can overcome with a proper vision. There are so many mantras in Veda. Kimaham sadhuna karavam, kimaham papam akaravam. Why I did such a sin? Why I didn't do virtuous things? One is thinking. No use in that. There is no use in that. Because past is past. We cannot repair that. So live in the present. Take lessons from past and go forward. And obey the instructions which is coming from within. Because as we are human beings, the very base, the very substratum, there dharma is sitting. Manasakshi is there. Obey his teachings, obey his words. That is the way. And if some guilty feeling is haunting us, some practical ways to get released, we must take. We have to discuss it personally with somebody whom we believe 100% and who can help us relieve such scars in our individuality. Be such a person, open your heart, and we can overcome. That is the answer. Now, time is 6:35. Our time is up to 6:30.
Yes.
Huh?
Dinner is at 7. Dinner is 7:30.
So we can conclude. Let me again repeat once more. I do not know the level of your theoretical knowledge regarding yoga. So there is no need for any reservation. You can say, Swami, we cannot come up to this level. So we have to go a little more lower level. We can go tomorrow like that. Or if we can go some more higher, we can go. So according to your response, we can adjust. Yes. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.